week, well over 4 million people in over 170 countries striked for the climate. We spoke the science and demanded that the people in power would listen to and act on the science. But our political leaders didn't listen. This week, world leaders from all around the world gathered in New York for the UN Climate Action Summit. They disappointed us once again with their empty words and insufficient plans. We told them to unite behind the science, but they didn't listen. So today, we are millions around the world striking and marching again. And we will keep on doing it until they listen. If the people in power won't take their responsibility, then we will. In the IPCC's SR 1.5 report that came out last year, it says on page 108 in chapter 2 that to have a 67% chance of staying below a 1.5 degrees of global temperature rise, the best odds given by the IPCC, the world had 420 gigatons of CO2 left to emit back on January 1st, 2018. And today, that figure is already down to less than 350 gigatons. With today's emissions levels, that remaining CO2 budget will be entirely gone within less than 8.5 years. And please note that these calculations do not include already locked-in warming hidden by toxic air pollution, non-linear tipping points, most feedback loops, or the aspect of equity, climate justice. They are also relying on my generation, your generation, sucking hundreds of billions of tons of CO2 out of the air with technologies that barely exist. Not one single time have I heard any politician, journalist, or business leaders even mention these numbers. They say, let children be children. We agree. Let us be children. Do your part. Communicate these kinds of numbers instead of leaving that responsibility to us. The numbers are still coming in, but it looks like well over 6.6 million people have joined the Week for Future, the strikes on this and last Friday. That is one of the biggest demonstrations in history. The people have spoken, and we will continue to speak until our leaders listen and act.